I mean, obviously everybody knows KCP's departure, and there's obviously a lot of opportunity there for the taking. So once I seen that opportunity was there, bro, I had to put my best foot forward and to put myself in a position where I can contribute on a nightly basis. So if it was being in here every day during the summer, then that's something that I wanted to do, so I was here.
Julian, let's get it. Exciting player this year. What is up, everybody? Welcome into the DNVR Nuggets preview series. We're talking Julian Strawther. You don't need an air horn. We're talking Julian Strawther here, playing a key role and perhaps the biggest mystery on the Denver Nuggets roster this season.
Yeah, and if you just look at the depth chart, the rotation, he's got to play. They don't have really any other guards to slot in at that shooting guard spot. So, I mean, for a second-year guy on a championship contender, there's a ton of responsibility on his shoulders this year.
There's no question. If you look at last year, he plays just 545 minutes. He averages 4.5 points, and he shot just 29.7% from three, 71% from the foul line, although he didn't take that many free throws. Dev, a little bit lower than we would expect?
Absolutely lower. And, I mean, that's been the thing with Julian Strawther since he's been with the Nuggets is either it's going to be a make or it's going to be a lot of misses. He's not a volume shooter, but when you get in, you have to knock down those shots. And as we know with shooters, shooters are going to shoot. So if you're not feeling high about it and you're not in a flow, you're going to continue to miss. So, this is going to be a good spot for him to be able to miss and feel okay. It's still going to be able to get opportunity to shine, opportunity to play. So, I think this is going to be a bigger year for him.
Well, you said something interesting there that takes us to our big question for him this season. The big question, and of course it is, can he be an elite shooter? And what Dev just said, Vote, was that he has a little bit of room. They're going to have to play him. But I think there's another part to this. When you shoot 30% for a season and then you come in with elevated minutes, I actually think it could get in your head if you don't shoot well. So can he be an elite shooter? And do you think there's pressure on him early?
I do. Can he be an elite shooter? Is he an elite shooter? Julian Strawther gets shots up, but so far the early returns are not consistent. I mean, when he misses, as Deb pointed out, it's loud.
Yeah.
And when he hits them, they look pretty. And we love his confidence and how quickly he gets it off the dribble. But I think the truth is Julian has a long way to go before he's an elite shooter. So my answer is no. That's not to say there won't be growth, fellas, but there's a lot of middle ground between 30% and elite. And while I do think ample opportunity should help, a longer leash, like Dev said, just more confidence, even through misses and makes, should help. At the end of the day, that's a big leap to expect from a player like Julian Strawther.
When you say I'm always taking the guys, this is your guy.
Is he my guy?
Do you know why am? Are you? Wait, what's going on? Are you trying?
I didn't know we were drafting my guys right now.
Are we low on Julian
that.
Strawther? I think he's going to be very good this year. I thought you were highest on him.
I am high on him. And the elite shooter question, the Nuggets view him as an elite shooter.
Yeah.
They call plays for him like he's an elite shooter. They put him in positions where they would put an elite shooter in. So, I mean, they view him in that light. He hasn't proved it yet. I mean, I feel like typically when quote-unquote elite shooters come into the league, they don't have as many bad misses as he has, but he does take some difficult shots,
Yeah, but he's also, he was in a rookie, and he was in we just won the championship, we have to try to back it, spot. He is going to be the guy on the second unit that they are going to run the offense through. They're going to need him to initiate some offense, and also he's on the Nuggets team that does not shoot well from beyond the arc. He's going to have to shoot. Michael Porter Jr. already talked about getting more shots up. It's going to be on Julian Strawther in that second unit to get more shots up. So he's going to have to become elite shooter if they want to open up the offense.
All right, well, let's make some predictions then. Let's play a little closest to the pin with his three-point percentage here. Three-point percentage last year, 29.7%. I'll start us off. I'm not afraid. I'm going to give it 37.9%. I think he's going to be right around 38%, 37.9%, which is a good mark because I think he's going to have some cold spells. I mean, I think your point earlier about when he misses big. I think there's pressure on him early to perform, and I wouldn't be surprised if he got off to a slow start. But I think there's going to be a good portion of the season where he shoots really well. So I think this is going to be one of those ones where you look at it month to month and you're going to see a lot of up and down. But I think that'll normalize as the year goes on, and it'll round out at about 37.9%.
I think you're pretty on the mark there. I'll go a tad lower. I'll say around 37%.
Okay.
I think, like you said, he's going to be inconsistent. There are going to be some stretches where he's red hot. There are going to be some stretches when he's ice cold. But he's going to get him up, though. And he takes difficult shots, too.
I'm going to go with about 36%. I can't go higher because if he's shooting that well, they're going to have to play him a lot more minutes. And that puts him in a spot where maybe he has to become the starter because they're going to need that gravity, need that spacing. But with him being the volume shooter in the second unit, the guy that's going to get those shots up, I think there are going to be some misses. There's going to be some, like, hey, you're on a hot streak, so keep shooting type of games that can bring them down. But I do think it's going to be a good year.
36% to 38%. Which direction are you going?
I'll go with the lowest. I'll say 35%.
Oh, no.
I'll say 35%. I think Julian can still be helpful. I don't know if all of a sudden we can say, like, guys, elite is a strong word. And Michael Porter Jr., right, for example, off a couple of back surgeries, first full season, 42% from three. The only way he ever got close to that kind of number, 30%, in 2021 when he gets hurt and shoots 20% from three, gets a third back surgery. But elite, guys, the bar's high. So I think Julian can be good. I think Julian will get better. I'm just going to slow my roll a bit.
Do you think he can be an NBA, like, impactful NBA player without an elite shot? Because that's his skill. Everybody has to have a skill. And if you're a specialist, you kind of have to be elite eventually.
Being some kind of finisher around the rim, whether it's the floaters or whatever, if he can get that a little bit higher, more consistent, would help. Can he be a bit of a ball handler, a secondary ball handler? That would help as well. We know that's in Denver's plans. So we'll see what Julian has to offer. I just don't know if it's elite shooting in year two.
You saw that intro quote from him, KCP's departure. He's signaled to him, I'm going to be in the gym all summer. I'm going to be around the coaching staff. But it does bring us to our over-under question, which is this. Will he play more over or under 10 games where he plays 10 minutes or less? And what this really means is he seems essential. KCP's gone. He's in the rotation. Nuggets need shooting. 10 minutes or less is basically the coaching staff pulled you.
Yeah.
You played a stint. Things didn't go well. Maybe you got a minute in the second stint, but you got a quick yank. If you play more than 10 minutes, it's like, okay, that's a regular just rotation. You got 2 6-minute stints in. So over or under 10-minute stints for you this year, Dev?
Under. He's gonna play.
Every game.
He's going to play. He's part of the rotation. Michael Malone already talked about the guys that are in the rotation. They're going to need him. He brings a unique skill set of being able to shoot the ball. He has this length. He has the size. He has the idea that I'm an elite shooter. I'm going to shoot it every single time if I have to. He doesn't care about that. So I think that that's going to give him more opportunity to play. This is going to be a year that he plays a lot.
I'll go under 2, mainly because we know Michael Malone loves this guy.
Yeah.
He loves Julian Strawther. He calls plays for him. We know that. There's some guys higher up on the depth chart that he doesn't call plays for. So I feel like there's a trust there. He put in the work over the summer. He was in the gym. That goes a long way with this coaching staff. And I just feel like Michael Malone's going to ride him through the ups and downs.
Yeah, I'll stick with the fellas. I'll say under. I think, technically he's fighting for a starting position, although I don't know how much we all buy that. 9 real guys. Julian's one of the real guys.
That's right. That was the front office, not the coach.
That's true. That is true. But I think we know in this case, this is an overlap between coach's affinity and front office's affinity. They like Julian, and someone will probably get hurt. Last year it was Julian. What if this year it isn't? And all of a sudden their roles shuffle and Julian's elevated. I'm going to say they want him to be a ball handler. They're going to play him.
I'm going to go under as well. Last year, Peyton Watson had 4 games under 10 minutes. He's kind of in the Peyton Watson role. He had a rookie season, not a lot of minutes, but now this is like your real full season. And I just think that number will probably be low. Now, Peyton Watson did have, if we raise this to 12 minutes, he did have a lot of games there. But that's still 2 stints. That just means that he got second stints. That's what I'm really getting at. I think Michael Malone's going to have to stick with him. There probably will be 4 or 5 games this year where I think he gets benched.
Second half, yeah.
Yeah, second half benched. You missed an assignment or what have you. But I don't think it's going to be very much. Those will probably more be message sending things from Michael Malone. We talked about his three-point shot. Who better to critique his three-point shot than Tim Legler,
Oh,
my
wow.
co-host
Legs.
on the All-NBA show, which you're not going to want to miss. Let's hear what he had to say. All right, now we welcome in Tim Legler, my co-host on the All-NBA show, which you can catch 4 times a week on our YouTube channel or wherever you get your podcast, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, breaking down all of the night's actions in the NBA. But today we're talking about Julian Strawther. Very weird shot mechanics. Great shooter, but has a very unique way of shooting. What do you see about his shot release?
Yeah, they're different. It's different with him. His feet separate. They don't land together a lot. And, that's just kind of unique to him. I've seen other guys do that and have success. There are some things I love, though, about what he does. I think of the 4 guys we're talking about, he's got the quickest from catch to release of any of them. Yeah. That ball is gone lightning quick. And as a result, you can do things with him that you can't do with the others. Like you can run down screens for him coming out to 25 feet because he gets it off so quick as he turns into his shot. He's just got really good ability to get his outside hip swiveled so he's square to the basket quicker than a lot of guys. So as a result, the ball's out of his hand faster because that hip gets around really, really well. I see that they run a lot of baseline action for him on a baseline out of bounds play, where they run him off a screen to the strong side corner because he gets squared up so quickly in a very tight space in that corner. That's clearly is something they love running for him. He's comfortable shooting that shot. I just love his versatility and that you can run action for him off the ball from deeper that rather than just a spot up shot than the other 3 guys. And I think that's something he has going for him, and he gets rid of it really quickly. But it's definitely not what I would describe as classical. It's more like unorthodox a shooting motion and unorthodox shooting release, but great results because he is a guy that I think has gets those reps in, and so every shot feels comfortable to him.
It's quick on the catch, and as you mentioned, coming off of screens, but I think he's going to have a little bit of a pull-up game. He's got a floater, but with his mechanics coming from as low as it is and as quick as it is that going to be a difficult thing for him learning to shoot off the dribble at a higher volume?
Yeah, I think anybody that's got they like to have that thing by their waist as they bring it up. He moves the ball really quickly from point A to point B to release it, but it is lower when he starts it, and that is harder off the dribble because that's where hands are raking. He doesn't have the benefit of being 6'10" like Michael Porter Jr., who can get that thing up to his chest with that last dribble and just automatically raise high above a defender's hands. When you're his size and you're bringing the ball from a lower point to start out, that's where hands are that are guarding you off the dribble. So I do think that's going to be more challenging for him.
Wow.
Unbelievable insight from Timothy Legler.
That's why you go to the experts.
That's why you go to the experts. Guys, it's time to get bold. Like we do every year to round it out, let's make some bold predictions about Julian Strawther and his year vote. I'll let you start on this one.
Yeah, I'm going to say I wasn't buying the 3-point shooting. You know what I'm going to buy? Elevated role with the ball in his hands. How about 2 assists per game for Julian Strawther? That might not sound bold. 0.9 last year.
Is that more than Michael Porter Jr. is going to have?
Yes. So there's that.
That's how you know
it
it's
might
bold.
not sound too bold. It is kind of a big leap. 0.9 last year, didn't have a huge role, missed some time. But I'm going to say that Julian gets to try some things with the ball in his hands, and I think the bench can have a little more offensive pop this year than it has in the past. Let's say 2 assists per game for Strawther.
I think it's meaningful, though, because Saric is a good passer, Westbrook's a good passer, and if you give he needs to be the 3rd best passer. If he's playing with Peyton Watson, he can pass as well. Vlaco, if he's playing, or Aaron Gordon Stagger, it means something when everyone can pass. It makes it for a cohesive unit. Dev, get bold.
My bold take is, they have Nikola Jokic, who typically leads them in scoring every single night.
Yeah.
They have Jamal Murray.
Yep.
We already know the type of, microwave scorer that he is. And Michael Porter Jr., we expect him to step into a role. He's going to score a bit more. My bold take is that Julian Strawther is going to lead the Nuggets in scoring on 2 different occasions.
2 times.
2 times. I think that he's going to have one of those nights where he cannot miss, and they're going to continue to find him. We've seen one of those last year as a rookie. He's going to be able to build on that. And I feel like when he's hot, he's really hot. So I think that he's going to have that type of night once.
I wonder how many times Jokic and Murray did not lead the team in scoring
Very few.
last year.
Maybe only 2.
And like Michael Porter, you would assume, and Aaron Gordon are next in line there.
Yeah.
But how many points do you think Julian needs to score to lead the team in scoring? In a given night.
Like a 32 night. 30,
He needs like a 30-point game then. All
Like
right.
a Reggie Jackson against the Clippers.
That's true.
It can
We
happen.
forget. We
How
forget
quickly
how
we
quickly
forget.
we forget. That's pretty bold, Win. I don't know if you're going to beat it.
My bold prediction, I think Julian Strawther is going to make over 100 threes next season. He made 41 last year.
Okay.
So more than double. And if you look back at last year, only 4 guys on the Nuggets made 100 or more threes.
Murray, MPJ, KCP, Jokic?
Reggie Jackson.
Reggie Jackson!
Had 100 threes. Julian Strawther can make 100 threes.
All right.
All right.
That's my bold prediction.
I like that
That's a
one.
cool one,
It's
too.
also a good rounded number, which is always nice.
Don't we love it?
Mine is he's going to have a month. I told you earlier, I think it's going to be inconsistent. He's going to have 1 month this year where he shoots 45% from three for the whole month.
Yeah.
Might be February, shortened month with a little all-star break in between. But I think he'll have 1 month where there's a heater because I just think that's what he is, 45, 35. You know, like he'll have some ups and downs. So that's it.
Really quick for what it's worth, Reggie Jackson hit those 100 threes. His percentage, 36%. So it's all still possible.
Ooh, you might double hit
What
it.
a stat. There's a shocking stat.
There's
for
a
you.
shocking stat. Everybody, let us know in the comments below what is your bold prediction for Julian Strawther this year. I'm excited for him. Should be a big year.
Let's go.
Everybody hit that like button on the way out. We'll see you on the other side.